So some wacky stuff happened. Genuinely, I don't know that much about the legal process adjacent to this, so I can't really speak on whether or not there's much precedent. I have to assume this is largely unprecedented, if for no other reason than because of the amount of money on the table here. But just a few days ago, a judge ruled that Elon Musk can't keep a Tesla pay package worth more than $55 billion. It's what was it, a Delaware ruling? Delaware, Rhode Island? It'll probably say in the article, Delaware judge ruled Tuesday, not entitled to a landmark compensation package awarded by Tesla's board of directors that are potentially worth more than $55 billion. Basically, my understanding is that Elon Musk runs Tesla like a cult, and many of the board of directors are aware of the fact that his image as the haha Reddit funny tech guy is the only thing that gives their brand any value whatsoever. So he was awarded a very large compensation package. The ruling by Chancellor Kathleen St. Jude McCormick, what a name, holy shit, comes more than 5 years after a shareholder lawsuit targeted Tesla CEO Musk and directors of the company. They were accused of breaching their duties to the maker of electric vehicles and solar panels, resulting in a waste of corporate assets and unjust enrichment for Musk. See, remember, there is a literal, legal, fiduciary responsibility for companies and all the people who make the decisions within that company to prioritize the share price, to prioritize enriching the shareholders, right? That's rule number one. And you can literally sue people, CEOs or whoever else, for making decisions that willfully prioritize other things, anything other than the shareholder. I guess the argument here being that 55 billion is such a large compensation package that it can actually be considered an illegally non-pro shareholder ruling. You know what I mean? Like this is like it's such a large compensation package that it's actually like illegally disruptive to the broader goal of enriching shareholders. Are shareholders pretty much the top dogs in a corporation? Yeah, they're the owners. In a public corporation, shareholders broadly are people who own stock in it and therefore own portions of the company. Though usually when we talk about shareholders, we're talking about people with enough ownership in the company that they or representatives of them are on the board of directors, which is like the secret high council of owners who get together and make, I don't know, dumb decisions. But in this case, pretty wacky. The shareholders' lawyers argued that the compensation package should be voided because it was dictated by Musk and was the product of sham negotiations with directors who were not independent of him. That's right. Musk apparently finagled this massive compensation package by getting a majority vote from both him, because he owns quite a bit of the company, of course, and also enough shareholders that he could get, like, you know, a majority to this allotment and who were already loyal to him. They also said it was approved by shareholders who were given misleading and incomplete disclosures in a proxy statement. Man, Elon pissing off his shareholders is definitely a move. I too have an illegally large package. Yeah, everyone who watches my content does. Defense attorneys countered that the pay plan was fairly negotiated by a compensation committee whose members were independent, contained performance milestones so lofty they were ridiculed by some Wall Street investors, and blessed by a shareholder vote that was not even required under Delaware law. They also argued Musk was not a controlling shareholder because he owned less than 1/3 of the company at the time. Whew. Oh, and we have a cute little graphic here of how much 55 billion is. Larger than the GDPs of 120 countries and territories worldwide, laid end to end in $1 bills, its length would encircle the globe 213 times, enough to buy 720,000 Tesla Cybertrucks. Don't do that. Musk reacted to the ruling on Twitter by offering business advice. Never incorporate your company in the state of Delaware, he said. He later added, I recommend incorporating in Nevada or Texas if you prefer shareholders to decide matters. So it really does seem like Elon Musk was trying to pull one over on the other owners of the company. I can't overstate how bad this sounds for Elon. Like, again, no expert on the subject, but think about it, okay? Most of Elon's wealth comes from assets associated with Tesla, as I understand it, quite a bit of it. Tesla is worth a lot, at least on the open market, right? In terms of like share price. And he's not even a controlling shareholder. He's the face of the company, though. So for him to have acted so greedily, like trying to misinform the loyalists on the board of directors to get approval for him to receive $55 billion in such a way that it got others on the board of directors of the shareholders to sue him. Do you guys understand how bad that is? I know for a fact that like Elon has been upsetting the shareholders at Tesla for a long time because rather than running the company, he tweets and that's all he cares about because he's desperately insecure. So for him to like act in that severe of like that degree, that breach, you understand, right? It's a huge deal. My God. I guess I'm kind of like lacking the language to describe how big of a deal it is. Maybe that's my fault. Delaware is also one of the most corporate-friendly states. I guess this is pretty unprecedented. The process leading to the approval of Musk's compensation plan was deeply flawed, McCormick wrote in the colorfully written 200-page decisions. Musk had extensive ties with the persons tasked with negotiating on Tesla's behalf. This seems to me like Musk was kind of doing the same thing that a lot of corporate owners do to corporations that they own when they're trying to bail out, which is they're trying to like plunder it a little bit. Vosh, that's not accurate. The board of directors are basically all Musk toadies. The guy who brought the lawsuit was a shareholder that only had 9 shares in Tesla. Wait, where? Really? I need to know if that's true. Please tell me that's true. I'm begging you. I need to know if that's true. Who brought the suit? That one single guy, one rabble-rouser. Control F it? It's not in the article. Elon Musk, Tesla, lawsuit, shareholder. Richard Tornetta, an individual Tesla shareholder, filed the lawsuit against Musk and senior Tesla executives in 2018, arguing the package was excessive and the board had not acted independently. Oh my God. For 6 years, this man has been, yep. Tornetta, a drummer who was once in the heavy metal band Dawn of Correction, yeah, bro, owned just 9 of Tesla's 3.1 billion shares in 2018 when he filed the suit. His shares are worth about 1,700 today. According to the court, Tornetta's lawyers will be compensated by Tesla. Musk, who owns more than 411 million shares, just over 12%, did not need further incentives. Oh my God. That's so funny. Musk conducted a poll on Twitter on Wednesday asking users if Tesla should change its state of registration to Texas, where the company's headquarters is located. I love to source my gigantic business decisions over to Twitter polls. The CEO said in January he was seeking to double his Tesla stake 25% after he sold shares to pay hefty bills, like his $44 billion purchase of Twitter in 2022. How are you going to double that Tesla stake? Where are you getting that from? Also, you're not getting your compensation package. Where's that coming from? God, that's funny. Things have been great. You know, things have been great for Elon lately. Before I started this stream, I was actually watching... Hold on. I was actually watching the most recent Well, There's Your Problem episode on the death of the Hyperloop. And in the short duration that I made it into this long episode, revealed to me information that I was not privy to before, which is that the Tesla Cybertruck, despite being made of stainless steel, is not made of the normal stainless steel and is actually made of a different Tesla proprietary stainless steel that corrodes and rusts. This was information I did not have previously, but now I have it. So stained steel, yes. The Cybertruck is said to be made of an ultra-hard 30X or 300X cold-world stainless steel, which is part of the 300 series of stainless steels. Apparently, the type, because there are many different types of stainless steels that the Cybertruck uses, it's more resistant to some things, but less resistant to other things. And one of the things that it's not resistant to is rust. So if you drive in any area that has, for example, salty roads, like salt poured on the roads because of ice, you know, like a lot of the world has that. That's a thing that's pretty common. It'll destroy your Cybertruck. Classic move from people who live in California. Rip anyone in Florida who buys this. Yeah, any like, you know, salty air, high humidity, whatever else. Look at this. Tesla. This is from a statement from the company. You will have to wipe dead bugs and bird poop off your Cybertruck ASAP to avoid corrosion. Nice. And the top comment in the car subreddit, by the way, that's pretty normal care advice, honestly. Bird poop and tree sap are corrosive for every car, and that's always been the case. No. For all other cars, if you leave bird poop and tree sap on the car, it doesn't corrode the steel. That's what the paint and the coating is for. That's why they have the coating. Jesus. Do not wait until Cybertruck is due for a complete wash. If necessary, use denatured alcohol to remove tar spots and stubborn grease stains, then immediately wash the area with water and a mild non-detergent soap to remove the alcohol. I wonder how the metalwork on the underside of the car is, you know? Like on the under the body of the car. In the winter, your Cybertruck will be exposed to road salt during every drive. Tesla specifies you'll have to wash that off immediately too. Tar and grease in the road could be a year-round problem. Can we sue Elon for making this product? I guarantee you that given enough time, lawsuits will pile up as the incredibly dangerous in a crash Cybertruck will cause more deaths that wouldn't have been caused in other cars. Tree sap is notorious for destroying the clear coat on cars if you don't clean it off right away. Very common. Yeah, but in this case, they don't even have a clear coat to go through. It is literally just an ill-fitting panel of stainless steel. That is, like, we have removed layers of defense here, you know? I'm not saying that other cars are invulnerable. I'm just saying that, like, especially because the Cybertruck was presented as this, like, pristine, polygonal, perfect, beautiful, like PS1 model of a car, and all of that shine and luster are going to be decimated by like any corrosion, which will happen immediately, you know? Tesla cars were also abandoned for not functioning in the cold. Another consequence of California brain. Why would you need cars that function below freezing? It doesn't get below freezing. What are you talking about? Several Tesla cars have been abandoned due to extreme Arctic cold at charging stations in the Chicago area, which are being described as car graveyards. Bleak. Hold on.
It really is a unique story. We got several calls from drivers stranded. These are Tesla drivers. So take a look. We're here in Oak Brook. We're hearing from several Tesla drivers that these charging stations, so these cars are all dead batteries. That car is stranded. Here comes another one hoping for something good to happen here. All of these vehicles right here, all of them have dead batteries because of those charging stations. They're not working. So these drivers came to charge their batteries in the cold, but these charging stations are not working. In Evergreen Park, same story. Take a look at that area.
During the freeze this winter, some of Montana's electric school buses still perform really well, according to NPR. Yeah, battery vehicles can operate fine in the cold. It's like a consideration that you have to work around. The Tesla people didn't. That's the thing. There are other electric vehicles. Tesla did not invent electric cars, not even a little bit. Like, you know, battery-powered cars have been around for a while. Electric-powered vehicles have been around for over a century. It's not new. Low temperatures can impede the functionality of batteries, but you can build around it. You can design it. I don't understand how they could be so stupid. Hey, listen, okay? It doesn't get that cold in San Francisco.
Right there near 95th and Western. We found several Tesla owners there, stranded with dead batteries from the cold and not enough working charging stations at that location. We talked to a driver here in Oak Brook, where we are, who tried to call Tesla for help and nothing.
Okay, yesterday I was here and there was just lines of cars, but there was only a couple charging working, but it seemed very disorganized. Like no one knew what to do, and a lot of people were just led here by their cars. Okay, so they were abandoned, basically.
So some drivers had to find rides back home. Others brought another car here to wait for these stations to get up and running and basically to keep an eye on their vehicles. As always, in these extreme conditions, experts advise if you don't have to drive, if you don't have to leave the house,
I would never do that.
Just don't. It's simply too dangerous to wait around for anything or even be outside for any exposed period of time. These temperatures can be life-threatening. Hypothermia, frostbite can set in just a matter of moments. If you do have to be outside, if you don't have a choice, you have to go.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, very, very funny. Dude, cold is the death of batteries. It's basic chemistry. Yeah, but you can build around that. Not all electric vehicles are made equally vulnerable to the cold. Sheesh. Cybertruck does not have a clear coat on the surface of the exterior body panels, meaning any scratches that appear are in the stainless steel panels themselves. Okay, you know how when you get minor nicks and scratches on your car, they can be like buffed out really easily because the scratches are actually in a very thin, like waxy coat on top of the metal that can be just like sort of flattened down. In this case, it's in the metal. Anyone performing scratch repair should refer to the applicable exterior stainless steel panel refinishing procedure within the collision repair manual on surface. Do not use or immediately remove chemical, corrosive, or non-pH neutral substances, including or not limited to acidic liquids or materials. Me like eating street tacos in San Francisco next to my Cybertruck and accidentally squirting a little bit of lime juice onto it and watching in horror as the lime juice burrows its way into the stainless steel panel like I've dropped acid on it. It just explodes instantly. You have dropped acid. Oh, it's true, yeah, it's true. Acidic liquids are materials, grease, oil, tree resin, dead insects, tar spots, road salt. So they really do expect you to have to, like, if you're ever driving in any area that salts the roads, they salt the roads during the winter in Seattle, you know? It's not like Seattle doesn't get that cold. Industrial fallout. What does that mean? Industrial fallout? Well, like if you drive through the factory area? What does that mean? Please remember, by the way, the Cybertruck was literally marketed as a, like, survival vehicle that could, like, weather the post-apocalypse. It's bulletproof, but God forbid you squirt lemon juice on it, you know? Elon randomly tweeted that it would be able to, like, swim across rivers, like it would float like a boat, you know? Meanwhile, any amount of salt instantly causes it to explode. Unbelievable. Bro, just 7 hours ago? Floating sauna rescues occupants of Tesla that plunged into Oslo fjord. Floating sauna, huh? People on sauna boat pull car driver and passenger from freezing water before vehicle is lifted out. What is the vehicle a Tesla car? Oh yeah, a Tesla partially submerged in the water. Okay, well this isn't relevant. I mean, anyone can drive a car into a river. I could easily drive a car into a river, but you know, I just haven't because I don't want to. I could anytime I wanted to, though. Does this make literally any other car a better boat because it doesn't rust? I would trust any other car as a better boat than this. The article says it did it on its own. Oh, did it? Did the article say the autopilot did that? No, it didn't. Don't lie to me. The owner of the car, who was not identified by name, said he had thought the car was in park mode when he hit the accelerator pedal. So why, douchebag, would you hit the accelerator pedal if you thought you were in park mode? Do you mean like emergency brake park or okay, nothing, never mind. I don't know. Maybe it's different with the Tesla. Not really a Tesla thing, though. This is the new wave of trucks we actually need. True. We need to return to, like, 1980s Japanese utility pickup trucks, which are about the size of, like, a grape. They're tiny, and they carry just as much stuff as a gigantic Ford F-150, which weighs 6 times as much. How does somebody as dumb as Elon even exist? Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's, like, I don't know, hasn't forgotten to breathe. Genuinely, it might not be a problem forever. Apparently, the dude's depressive and microdoses ketamine, which, by the way, when somebody that wealthy says they microdose ketamine, what they actually mean is they just do ketamine in probably excessive amounts. You know, that's bullshit. So, yeah, the doses ain't micro. So, you know, we'll see if he doesn't ego death his way. Does K cause ego? I don't know anything about ketamine. Let's just say K causes ego death and that he will eventually have one and become a philanthropist. Probably not. His Twitter feed is insane immigration shit right now. Yeah. No kidding, Anonymous. For Elon, ego death is just death. True. Vosh, if you truly want to be the horse, you got to get on Ket. Yeah, that's true. What? So Ket's a horse depressant. What's a horse adrenaline? You know, what perks him up? That's what I'm asking. How can a person this wealthy be this? Olmsted, your thinking is reversed. You've internalized, you know, the myth of meritocracy. The wealthier you are, the more likely you are to be a gigantic evil fuck-up, actually, you know? Poor people have to stay afloat every day because if they don't, they lose their homes, you know? Poor people who have to balance their school and their work and 2 jobs and raising their kids and blah, blah, they're running on the razor's edge, you know? They're running on a very high stakes, low margins, you know, survival game. For people like Elon, for super wealthy people, just up forever. As long as you don't literally die and you have access to better healthcare than normal people, by the way, you can keep running. It's the opposite. The wealthier and more powerful you get, the weaker the holds are on you being responsible and engaging in good behavior. These drug bits are designed to make me go insane specifically. What did I do this time? What? I'm sorry. I didn't even say that I think all people who smoke weed are degenerates. What do you want from me? What? Because I don't know what a horse accelerant is? I just don't know that off the top of my head. Is it because I don't know whether or not K causes ego death? Why would I know and why would I care? Why would I care? I ask you, why would I care? How is that information useful to me in any way? Have you gone through ego death? I must have, because as you've all noticed through the course of watching my channel, I have no ego. I'm completely humble and totally, you know, at present at all times.